And good evening, everybody. This is Billy Arnett with your latest update on the severe weather threat happening tomorrow into Tuesday. A decent sized event here. Let's first catch you up what's going on tonight, just for anyone who's watching. I do have one severe thunderstorm I am watching. It is in Illinois. Illinois. This storm has been tracking south of the line that formed up in northern Illinois, and it's cruising into parts of Indiana at this point. It's going to set up some of that training rain threat that we're going to get across portions of the Mid-Atlantic tomorrow. And it's just been cranking. Very large hail in this storm. Major hail core. Currently, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the next about half an hour for Coles and Douglas County. Looking at you at Humboldt and Ashmore and Oakland and Hinsborough, about to get hit by the northern part of the hail core. But so far, not really a heavy severe of the night. We've had a couple of meso discussions coming out from the Storm Prediction Center. Neither of those have come into a watch even. So we've had a basically pretty heavy rain night, except for this one storm just has screamed across most of the state of Ohio at this point. Illinois at this point, and has continued to just produce some big hail as the main threat. But as you see, as we look across the radars here from WeatherScope, we are just seeing just rain and rain and rain. The bulk of it here now in the northern Indiana radar. That's what this is. It's a lot of rain coming through. And we look at today, severe weather-wise, with that slight risk. Tomorrow, it's when the severe stuff starts to kick off. We have enhanced risk for a lot of parts of the middle part of the country, looking at central and eastern Oklahoma, southern parts of Missouri, southern Illinois, Tulsa, Norman, St. Louis, all under the enhanced risk for severe weather. Slight risk for Oklahoma City and Dallas, running all the way up to Cincinnati, Ohio. Marginal risk going from parts of Texas, San Antonio, I think Amarillo's in this as well, Austin, all the way through up to parts of West Virginia, Southern Virginia. Basically, all of Virginia is not in the Northern Virginia part of the Nova area. And the big threat is wind and hail. Wind and hail tomorrow. Wind, that 30% risk of seeing 50 or greater knots within 25 miles of point. And the hail, we do have actually a hatched area, even into that 15% area, that includes Oklahoma City and Tulsa, riding all up through to Fayetteville and Springfield, Missouri. We think we could see, the Storm Prediction Center thinks they could see 2 inches diameter of hail in that area within 25 miles of a point. Tornado threat is less, but still obviously not zero for a large portion of the area. 5% risk within 25 miles of a point of a tornado. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, St. Louis, Louisville, Springfield, and basically most of that rest of the area at the 2% level. So please pay attention tomorrow. Get your warnings where you need them to get them from. Looking at that day 3 outlook, the movement shifts east. That bullseye shifts east. Bullseye is in most of central Kentucky, southern Ohio, and into parts of the Ohio River Valley of West Virginia. Looking at Louisville, looking at Cincinnati, looking at Lexington, looking at Huntington, maybe Charleston as well, in that risk. Slight risk runs from D.C. and Baltimore to the east, past Ohio, Columbus, into Indianapolis, down south, over to Huntsville, up top of Huntsville. Nashville's in it, Starkville, Mississippi's in it. And the marginal risk, north of that, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, places like this, all the way down to the Gulf Coast of Louisiana, of Mississippi and Alabama, I should say, Mobile and Gulfport. And you look at that, so far we don't, remember, day 3, we don't have that tornado wind hail outlook yet. We'll get that very late tonight, 2 o'clock. And we see right now, we have a 30% chance of severe weather in that enhanced risk area. Again, we're basically following that conversion table at this point. 15% for the slight risk area, 5% for the marginal risk area that we currently have. Now, it'll be interesting to see tonight and to tomorrow. We have an update when this rolls over to a day 2 map. If we get any significant warnings in a tornado wind and hail scenario as well. Another thing we need to look out for is flooding. We already expect tonight marginal risk of flash flooding, which is exceeding that flash flood guidance within 25 miles of point. Marginal is 5 to 15%. This comes out of the Weather Prediction Center at NOAA. that train is starting to signal through. That's that line. Maybe not as worried about the southern parts of this line in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. Definitely seeming north at this point. Now the question would be, does that get into the western Pennsylvania, north central West Virginia area? Day 2, that risk escalates on a more southern track to slight risk, which means 15 to 40%. Most of Missouri, southern parts of Indiana, pushing all the way through Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville, Lexington, Kentucky, into the Huntington area, into Parkersburg, West Virginia, the Ohio River Valley in West Virginia. Day 3, a marginal risk still hanging on for basically the mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, also into portions of Philadelphia, into New Jersey as well. So please stay tuned for all that stuff. We only do have one real outlook right now on this. We do have a flood watch that's been posted up by the southern portions of the Pittsburgh National Weather Service, the Charleston National Weather Service. I think we also have the Columbus National Weather, the Wilmington National Weather Service, and the Louisville National Weather Service. They are warning of a flood watch. I know Pittsburgh, for example, Monday 2 in the morning, 8 o'clock Tuesday night, 2 to 3 inches of rain, 5 inches in local heavy areas. So please, if you're anywhere in this, we're doing more coverage of this, more in-depth coverage of this tomorrow into Tuesday. Stay tuned. Keep posted to your weather warning outlets. Always have a way to get a weather warning, even in a power outage. Your phone, make sure it's charged up. It could be a very damaging time with that wind and possibly tornadoes. We are seeing significant tornado parameter at the 3 level, which is a pretty high level, coming through, and pretty high chances. If you look into Tuesday, into that more tornado alley place, and even getting far north as to places that don't usually see that, like West Virginia and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So always keep a track. Always have a way to find those warnings. Stay posted. We'll have more coverage tomorrow and Tuesday. Thank you.